Right, so let's get into the Dejan Lovren comments. Dejan Lovren, friend of Mohamed Salah, reveals in an exclusive interview with Win Win that the Egyptian king is closer, because I've reworded this because the translation wasn't close enough, is closer to leaving Liverpool than he is staying, and he said he's already thinking about the next step in his career. He confirms the club's management doesn't give Salah the respect that he deserves from what he's given to the team. Now, for what it's worth, I don't have a lot of time for Dejan Lovren and his homophobic, shitty comments and his conspiracy theories. But that doesn't mean that he hasn't got a point maybe about the respect shown towards Salah from the club, because I've warned for a long time that that's what this will come down to for Mo, is respect. You know, whether he feels that the offers the club are giving him are offers that respect where he is in world football. And I think that's a fair comment to talk about. Whether he's closer to leaving and staying or than staying, I don't know. I hope that's not the case, but I just find it inconceivable to think of the idea that the club don't give Mohamed Salah and Virgil new deals. But as each week and day goes by, I'm starting to think, shit, are we actually going to see these guys move on? Not Virgil, I think he does stay, but with Salah, I feel like it might come down to the respect thing, and with Trent, I just don't know where his head's at. Stargirl said, I have family who are half Egyptian, and knowing them could be wrong, but I can't see Salah going to Saudi. Too long to explain. I see him retiring in the USA. Again, I've no idea. You know, for me, it doesn't even matter where he may go after Liverpool. For me, it just matters about us wanting to keep him. After that, it's irrelevant to me if he goes to Saudi, America, PSG, because I'll still be annoyed that we let him go or we didn't fight hard enough to keep him. I can understand that the club would have worries about future drop-off, but he can't sort that out now. He can't sit here now and say, I'm going to be brilliant for 3 years. All he can say is he will continue to be professional, as he has been, and he's delivering at the minute. So I'm really embarrassed as a Liverpool fan that this contract situation's dragged on this long for all the lads, because something doesn't smell right about it. I just don't know what that is. Billy Lewis said the fans will go nuts if Salah and VVD's contracts aren't done. I agree. Like, do people agree with this statement that I'm about to make? So say yes or no if you agree to this statement. Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah's contracts will come down to the club and what they offer. But Trent Alexander-Arnold's situation is one that Trent has to decide what he wants to do on. Let me know if you agree with that statement or not, because that's how I've always felt about it. The club can very quickly sort out Virgil and Trent if they get to a number, or Virgil and Mo, excuse me, if they get to a number. If there's a number put there, that's the issue. It's a number issue. It's a money issue. With Trent, I just don't know if it is a money issue or if he wants to be here or go. And that's why I get wound up about the Trent situation the most. Because he's not speaking. And I don't care about people saying that he wants to be respectful to the club. Because I don't think this is being respectful to the club right now by not letting anybody know what's happening. Because like we've said many times, nobody needs this long to make a decision on anything. Nobody. Whether you're moving country, you're buying another house, you're changing job, you don't need 7 to 9 months to figure out what you want to do. So for me, silence isn't a good thing in this situation. You know, I've said it so many times. Even a little, I want to stay, but the numbers have to be right. And everybody gets behind Trent and starts saying to the club, pay the man. But the way it is at the minute, it just feels like we're being played. And that's how... I feel like, as a Liverpool fan, I'm being played by Trent. In that it's playing one off against the other. And at this point, if I'm Liverpool, I'd say, here's the offer. You've got X amount of time. Decide. And if he says no, then we announce that he's leaving the club at the end of his contract because we couldn't reach an agreement. Don't even have to say where he's going if you want to be that way from Liverpool. But this game of poker can't go on indefinitely. And it's starting to become more and more tiresome to fans as we go on, because it risks the rest of the season, or it risks some losing focus, or the stadium atmosphere not being right. And so many things that we don't need. So this piece here that comes in from Sports Pedo says, If Liverpool have a successful Premier League and Champions League campaign, it will convince Trent Alexander-Arnold to renew his contract. That's a bit weird. Because I'll tell you what I'm not willing to do there. Wait till all of that is sorted out. So whatever Trent is going to do, Trent is going to do. But the idea that Liverpool allow this situation to continue right to the end of the season, even after the Champions League's over and the Premier League's over, and then wait for Trent's decision, that's just silliness. He has to commit one way or the other before then, because that just feels to me like, oh yeah, I want to wait to see what we win and then I'll make up my mind. It's just buying more time for me, ladies and gentlemen, and time is the one thing I think he's had enough of, quite frankly. I don't know the offers that he has in front of him. I don't know what the club are doing, but I do know he needs to start voicing what he wants to do. So I just wanted to cover that because it was something quickly that came up in my notes that I wanted to bring to your attention. Stephen Iron said, of the three, I'm starting to think the Verge is the only one to stay. I don't know. God, I don't know, mate. I know that I want it done, though, Stephen. And I know I want to know what we're dealing with as well, just as a fan, you know. Because if some of these guys are going and it got sprung on us at the end of the season, we wouldn't have a chance to say a proper goodbye or anything, or prepare for it. I just want to know what's happening. I don't believe for 1 second that any of these deals are too complicated. I believe that Liverpool have a decision internally, and this is going to be a case of the blame game. And who comes out on the bad side of the PR. That's what I feel about it. I think in my heart of hearts that Edwards would get rid of all of them tomorrow, because he'll feel like that there are younger, hungrier options available. But I don't know if that's true or not, because nobody says anything at the club, do they? We just keep getting told everything's great and everyone's still negotiating, and rinse and repeat. Another week goes by. Do you believe Mo and Virgil have put pen to paper? No, I don't. No, I think that's been dispelled at this point. That claim made by, I think it was Anfield Edition. You know, because if you've got Lovren coming out who's still close with Mo, and Lovren saying that Mo's closer to leaving than he is at staying, that's certainly not the contract signed, is it? Aaron Picard said, contracts not being sorted is way more concerning than the FA Cup. Oh, I agree. 100% agree. I won't be able to enjoy this season until I know what the contract situation is. And it definitely is 100% taking away from my enjoyment of being top of the league, taken away from my enjoyment of us finishing top of the Champions League stage, taking away some of my enjoyment of the League Cup final. I can't enjoy this season without thinking about the big elephant in the room that's sitting there in the corner, and that's the contract situation. So yeah, for me, it's ruining my fun as a fan watching the season. And, you know, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong, but that genuinely is how I feel. I need to know that these lads are going to be here or not next season. I need to know what I'm dealing with there, and then I can enjoy the rest of the season.